Hello, vinyl lovers, and welcome to another episode of Groovescape. I'm Josh Greenberg, and this episode was recorded at my home studio in Ottawa, Canada. And today is Friday, and you know what that means. New music to power your weekend. And if you caught my last episode, you'll know that I've started a new feature on Groovescape called What's On My Turntable, where I profile the albums that I've been playing nonstop at home this past week. Now, being stuck at home, working under COVID protocols has its benefits. Number one, I can make my own espresso whenever I choose. Number two, I can work in my pajamas if I really want. If there's a Zoom call for work, quick change of a shirt is all I need. And the big one, number three, I'm surrounded by my music. So, some of the albums I've been listening to nonstop this week, most of them are new. One's a little bit older. And as I explained last time, I have a fairly broad musical palette. And so I'll listen to different types of music at different times for different reasons. Jazz or folk as background while I work, electronic or psych rock over drinks with friends on Zoom, punk or metal if I'm angry about something, need to blow off some steam, and lots of other genres for all kinds of other reasons. Now with this in mind, I present to you Volume 2 of this special new series, What's On My Turntable. These are the 5 albums I can't stop listening to this week. Number 1. This is a brand new album by a new band. This is Working Men's Club. This is their debut album. British band. The album and the band, of course, same name. Working Men's Club is fronted by 18-year-old Sydney Minsky Sargent. And the band has undergone some rapid lineup changes since they dropped their first single, a song called Teeth, a little over a year ago. And I remember hearing that song for the first time and being totally blown away and really, really excited. I remember the feeling of not having been that excited about a new band in a long time. I think I recall writing something like "Post-punk is alive and well" when I linked the YouTube video of the song on my Facebook page. They were a moody, kind of guitar-heavy band at that time. And now Working Men's Club has developed into what The Guardian described as a new order type rock electronic hybrid. Now this outstanding self-titled debut, released on the Heavenly Records label, excuse me, delivers an eclectic selection of songs drawing from a broad range of genres, from synth pop to electronic to post-punk. You can hear influences of the Human League and Pulp, combined with stark and funky lines of electronica and techno. This is a first pressing of the album, and it's a band that I really think is going places. I ordered the record from their website last October. When it appeared the album was going to be released in the late winter, early spring, and then toured in the summer. And for obvious reasons, neither of those things happened. The album release was delayed, but it finally showed up in the mail a little over a week ago, and I haven't stopped listening ever since. I'm going to play you the lead track. This is a song called Valleys, and again, this is Working Men's Club, and this is their debut album. It is hard to believe that that is the voice of an 18-year-old kid. That is, I think, a really, really great album. That is Working Men's Club. That's the band. That's the name of the album. And that song was called Valleys. And that is one album I have not stopped listening to all week. Now, number 2. Mark Lanegan, Straight Songs of Sorrow. Lanegan is a survivor of the grunge rock scene, and he has seen it all. He was the lead singer of the Screaming Trees, and part of Josh Homme's lineup of collaborators, performing on several Queens of the Stone Age albums. Straight Songs of Sorrow is Lanegan's 12th studio album, and was released in May of this year. He also released a new memoir, which he describes as being occupied with the youthful search for decadence, depravity, anything and everything. Doesn't that sound uplifting? Well, it's not. The music is hardly uplifting, but it is harrowing, haunting, dark, and beautiful. The production of the album is absolutely exceptional. It's finished in a clear vinyl. Sounds just amazing, and there are so many great songs on this record. My favorite, though, is a very dark track, which features collaboration with Led Zeppelin's John Paul Jones, who plays Mellotron. And the song is called Ballad of a Dying Rover.
Girl, let me lay down with you one more time. Ain't no surprise what I wanna do. Just a man, just a sick, sick man. Girl, I wouldn't lie to you, not one more time. Ain't no surprise though if I do. I'm just a man, just a sick, sick man. I sit upon a graveyard wall. These grounds will be my bed. I look down upon it all and wonder when it's gonna end. My days are numbered, eternal slumber, death is my due. Go walk this long last mile with me one more time. Who knows what there's left for us to see? I'm just a man, just a sick, 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 sick man. Death is my due. I wouldn't lie to you, not one more time. Ain't no surprise, oh, if I do. I'm just a man, just a sick, sick man. My days are numbered, eternal slumber. Death is my due. I'm just a man, just a sick, sick man.
So that is Ballad of a Dying Rover by Mark Lanegan on his 12th studio album, Straight Songs of Sorrow. Let's move genres and vibes and feelings and everything else. That's a song, or that's an album rather, that you listen to when you're feeling really down, or it's just there's a mood you need to listen to that album. This is the opposite. This record also came out this year, just in the last couple months. This is Krungbin. The album is called Mordecai. And this is on the opposite end of the spectrum. This is uplifting. This is sunshine in your ears. This is a great album. Despite what you may think about the band's name and the eclectic worldly influences and sounds that make up its funky aesthetic, Krungbin is actually a Houston-based trio whose music would probably appear on every Spotify playlist dedicated to the low-key vibes of quietly swaggering psychedelic rock. So what is Krungbin? I had no idea. I didn't even know if I was pronouncing the name of the band correctly for several months. They released, this is their third album. Last one was in 2018, title of which escapes me right now, but really, really great album. Krungbin, I learned listening to the latest episode of the Broken Record podcast, is Thai. It's a Thai word. It means flying engine. So this is their third album. Second to be released in the past year, next to an amazing EP called Texas Sun, which they released in collaboration with Leon Bridges. So if you're looking for a great album to soundtrack a chill out at home Friday night, you want to feel good, look no further. This is that album, and this is the second song on the album. It's called Time, You and I. That is super groovy, super funky. That is Krungbin, and the album is called Mordecai. Moving right along, number 4. So that was the third album that I've been listening to nonstop this week. The fourth album, where is it here? Is The Arcs. And the band is The Arcs. The album is called Yours Dreamily. This was released in 2015. The latest episode of Groovescape was to be a 2-part deep dive into the music of the Black Keys. Now, after scripting, shooting, and uploading those episodes, unfortunately YouTube's copyright bots intervened, and it doesn't look like the episode is going to see the light of day. Although I have posted an audio-only version onto Groovescape's SoundCloud page if you're interested. If you don't know the Black Keys, they are, of course, one of the great indie rock bands of the 2000s. They released their first album in 2002, their 9th album in 2019. The Arcs is the musical side project of the Black Keys lead singer and guitarist, Dan Auerbach, who uses this outlet to stretch out some of his more roots and soul-oriented sounds. Yours Dreamily was produced with a entourage of outstanding Nashville-based session artists. Auerbach works out of Nashville, lives and records out of Nashville these days. The album is on the None Such Records label, which also has the rights to all the Black Keys music, and was recorded at Easy Eye Sound Studio, which is Auerbach's production studio. The song I'm going to play is the second to last track on side A, and it's called Stay in My Corner. So that is Stay in My Corner by the Arcs on their 2015 album Yours Dreamily. And that brings us to number 5. All right, so I think everyone who grew up in the 80s has been listening to Van Halen this week on the news of Eddie Van Halen's death due to throat cancer. This is a band that I idolized like crazy as a kid. I had the posters, I had the flags, I had the Van Halen t-shirt that I think I wore every other day, grades 3 and 4. I remember being super bummed when I outgrew that shirt. I listened to Diver Down, which I think is their 4th studio album. I can't remember exactly. I listened to this album so much as a kid. It was the very first album I ever bought on cassette. I bought it with my own paper route money. And most of the other David Lee Roth era Van Halen albums are better than Diver Down. But you never forget your first. It's an uneven album. There are a few real stinker songs on this record, but there are also some outstanding songs, some real corkers. Where Have All the Good Times Gone, Hang 'Em High, Cathedral, Little Guitars, and a rip-roaring cover of Marvin Gaye's Dancin' in the Street, which was also the album's 2nd single. Take it away, Eddie. So that is it for the 2nd episode of Groovescape's mini-series, What's on My Turntable. I'll be back again to tell you about the records I couldn't stop listening to this time next week. Until then, enjoy your music, be good to each other, and stay safe.